back to another John Drives video. Today we are at a drift event in the new S13 drift car. Introing this on the GoPro, I'm going to put it on my helmet. And we got Tress filming from outside, so we're going to get some outside shots for you guys today. Let's go ahead and get this day started off right with some drifting. I already did a few laps, the car feels great. 450 horsepower is a lot more than 191 on E36, so should be a good day. Already doing a first few laps in the S13. I think this is like my third or fourth lap and just kind of feeling it out. So you can tell that my hands keep getting caught up here. Trying to figure where the hydro is because the placement's a little different than my E36. And the power steering was a little bit acting up here earlier in the day and needed a little bit more fluid because it does leak out of the rack, unfortunately. So you can see me kind of just jerking the wheel a little bit around left and right, but it does smoothen out throughout the day, and that definitely helps with the handwork. Now, something that I thought looking back over the footage is that the tach revs out to 4,000 RPM. The previous owner does say that it revs out to 7. I texted him about it and he said that it is off, the tach is off. So, I don't know, maybe it is off, maybe it's not, I'm not quite sure. He said it needs to be reset or something like that. There are a few more issues that kind of develop throughout the day. So you can definitely hear that weird bogging noise. I was completely floored at this point. And that turned out to be the alternator belt snapping and the battery kind of draining where some of the coil packs weren't firing right, and it was just a heck of a mess. So we ended up having to go get another belt here in a little bit, and there are a few more problems also that started stirring up.
Oh, fun. So about my issue with the car. This is the alternator belt. That's why it wasn't charging. That's why the battery was dying and it was just randomly dying. So I gotta run up to auto parts store real fast, maybe grab a little lunch, get back on the track. Hopefully we get some good laps in. The event's got another 4 hours to go. Hopefully it goes a little bit long so we can get a little bit more seat time, but yeah, take a ride right here.
I have like a...
We got belts, boys. We got belts. Hopefully they fit. I got 2 of them down here.
So with the alternator belt fixed, this was actually Tress, my girlfriend's first time in the drift car. She has not been riding in the E36, so this was kind of her first time doing a drift lap, and I would definitely say it's kind of a step off the deep end for what the car is, as loud as it is and fast, but I think she enjoyed it. Now toward this part of the day, I went ahead and set up the sweeper, hit it, and toward the end it started bogging out on me really hard. Like I was completely floored right here, and I just had to straighten. And then I'd floor it, and there's nothing there, and all of a sudden I'd floor it, and there is something there, and that's when I could reinitiate into the drift. Later I found out that I did fill up the fuel cell with gas, however it did drain enough where it was sloshing around, and that's what was causing that issue. Now I did want to leave this part in here. If you see the green E36 behind me, they are running a current hot lap setup at this track, so you can just kind of go back into it, but there is a cool down spot. I was waiting for the guy in front of me to clear out, but the green car behind me decides to kind of go a little bit sooner than I'd like, and there's been several laps before that he could tell that I was having issues. See right there, he wasn't super close, I wasn't too upset, but he's still, you know, I'm straight and he's still running up on me. But this next lap you'll see here in a second. So here's the lap after the one you just saw. Like I said, I waited again. This guy is running up on me, and now he did not talk to me anything about tandeming. You're allowed to tandem, however, he was not. And you see how close he got right there? That is horrible drift etiquette. He should not have done that. He could have easily hit me. The reason I just poked out super wide, I saw him in my mirror, and I was like, oh shoot, he's coming on me, and he ended up passing me in drift. This is grassroots. You're supposed to be safe, you know, cool it down. So that is an example of what not to do. S13 is doing pretty good. It is cutting out a little bit. Whenever I'm hitting the long sweeper at the end of it, it does cut out, so it starts dying on me. But I'm kind of working through it. I'll go over it here in a little bit when I get back to the shop and see if I can find any issues. But the alternator is all fixed. Battery does seem like it's holding charge. Got the car 2 days ago, so there's definitely some stuff to work through. Now I'm going to ride with Matt, his E36. Hopefully,
May get this guy riding like for like 2 or 3 laps.
that is A-okay. I'll ride with you later. Jordan's getting into his 240. His exhaust just fell off. He's going with the zip tie method. So I think it fixed my issue with cutting out. The fuel cell in the back was actually pretty low. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back out, and hopefully we can rev out now. You can tell right here when I grab the hydro and push in the clutch, the car does actually die. Not quite sure what that is, but you can tell that I did add more power steering fluid, and I'm not fighting the wheel quite as much as earlier in the day, and getting a little bit more comfortable with it. And right here with the clutch completely in, the car does shut off, and I try to restart it. It makes a horrible grinding noise. The previous owner does think that the starter bolt's kind of backed out, and that is why the starter's not really working that great on it. So I did end up having to push start the car several times throughout the day, which is not exactly ideal. So you can add the starter to the list of things I have to look into. the car officially starts to really just bog and die. And you can see here in a second that I was trying to get around the course and get back to the pits, but she died back there in the back, and I unfortunately had to get towed to the trailer area, and I called it a day at this point.
You can line me up with the trailer, like more that way, do a little loop. It's tough. It kept dying, and it just cut out, and the floor just bogs. So, I don't know. We gotta figure out. We have some issues. We gotta figure them out. When it runs good. But now we're getting towed.
Well, we made it back to the shop. Overall, the S13 did pretty well today. Besides a handful of small issues, I do need to go over the whole car. Because the whole car has been built and touched, stuff comes loose, and things happen. So I will go over that in another video of all what I need to do to the car. But overall, the car was great. I loved having all the power and angle. Let me know what you guys think of the car down in the comments below. Hopefully got some good shots for you guys on the camera. That is going to do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you guys in the next one.